Shooting Star patch. Destroy one enemy aircraft using the Loki satellite. As soon as I saw this patch description, I knew it would be tough to obtain. Getting a Loki, a 15 kill streak, is no easy task. But wait until I tell you about all the stipulations that go along with getting this patch. It makes this patch even more difficult to obtain and quite frustrating too. I like to educate on my channel, so let me first give you a brief description of this dreaded Loki kill streak. For 60 seconds, you are placed in control of a lethal orbital attack satellite armed with kinetic strikes and the ability to drop an assault juggernaut and up to 3 assault care packages. If you've ever ran the Odin support kill streak, it's exactly the same visually as the Loki. There are 4 abilities to perform while in this Loki. The large kinetic strike, the small kinetic strike, an assault care package drop, and an assault juggernaut drop. Similar to the Odin, you have a bird's eye view of the battlefield, which allows you to make callouts for your teammates since almost everyone hides in buildings when this beast is deployed. So as mentioned, you can drop 3 care packages. You have a long cooldown period before you can drop an additional one, but as long as you get the first one out fairly quickly and then use the next 2 as soon as they're available, you should always get 3 care packages out. By the way, these care packages are identical to the field order ones, meaning you can get the map-specific streaks such as Michael Myers and the Predator. My favorite part of the Loki is the Juggernaut. When the Loki ends, provided he is still alive, he will escort you around and kill everyone he sees. As for the kinetic strikes, you've got the large rods first, which is lethal to enemy players near the impact site, but you can survive if you're on the outer edge of the blast. The strike zone of the large rods is more than double the size of the largest explosive you have access to in Call of Duty Ghosts. Meanwhile, the small rod strike has a lethal range a little larger than that of a normal grenade, so not too big. The large strike reloads every 7 seconds, and the small strike has a very fast reload at 2 seconds. So you'll want to drop small rods on targets continuously, and drop a large rod whenever you spot a group. The only way to stop a Loki, by the way, is with a chem strike. And that, my friends, is the Loki in a nutshell. So let's focus on the patch now. So all you need to do is destroy one single enemy aircraft while in the Loki. It sounds easy, but trust me, it's not. First of all, you have to get the Loki, which in itself is a feat. 15 kills is no laughing matter, especially in Ghosts, but I'll cover that in more detail momentarily. So just acquiring the Loki does diddly squat. You have to wait for the enemy to call in a quote-unquote aircraft. I tested this extensively, and there are only a few kill streaks that work. You can only destroy a Griffin, a Battle Hind, a Helo Scout, and a Helo Pilot. The Vulture does not work. And I'm not quite certain about the care package helicopters, as I've never seen one of those while up in a Loki. The problem is, if your enemy allows you to get a 15 kill streak, chances are they probably suck pretty bad, which means there will be no enemy aircraft to shoot down once you get in your Loki. Unless, of course, you get lucky and they have a care package. Another problem is, once you do obtain a Loki, chances are whatever game mode you are playing is half, if not more than half, over, leaving you little time to hold on to this streak and wait to see if someone gets lucky on the other team. So what's the solution? Well, you're in luck. To make this patch a little easier, you can shoot down your own streaks. But of the streaks I mentioned, only one is able to be shot down, your own Battle Hind. You clearly can't call in your own Griffin, Helo Scout, or Helo Pilot, since they require you to actively be in control of them. So that just leaves the Battle Hind. Okay, so you finally got your own Battle Hind and Loki. You call the Hind in, followed by the Loki, and it's as simple as that, right? Wait a second, what's going on here? Where's the Battle Hind? Every time I move the Loki towards the Hind on the minimap, it seems to be flying away from me. What is this Mickey Mouse bull squash? Where is my frickin' Battle Hind? All that work getting this Loki and I can't find my Battle Hind? What the patch description fails to tell you is that on some maps, this challenge is impossible, at least for the Battle Hind. The problem is, and let me stress this again, it's only on some maps, the Battle Hind flies at the same altitude as the Loki, meaning you can't see it. This holds true for the enemy Hinds too, not just your own. Quite the curveball, Infinity Ward. So I tested this myself for you guys, and for the maps I didn't test on, I pulled from GameFAQs.com. Compliments of Kirby Par UFO. Not sure if I said his name right, but thank you very much. The Battle Hind can be seen and destroyed with Loki on the following maps: Chasm, Flooded, Prison Break, Siege, Sovereign, Stormfront, and Strikezone. It cannot be destroyed or seen on Containment, Freefall, Freight, Octane, Overlord, Stonehaven, Tremor, Warhawk, and Whiteout. I realize that's not all the maps, but that's all we tested. I will put these in the description of this video as well, so you can write them down. I should mention, by the way, that you cannot shoot down your teammates' aircraft. I tried by having my friend call in a Helo Scout, which fly way low to the ground and are easily visible in the Loki. Although, I bet this would work in hardcore mode. But good luck getting a Loki over there. If you get this to work in hardcore mode, just post in the comments and let me know it works. So with a lot of luck, you'll get this patch. Watch here in this clip that demonstrates me actually acquiring the Loki. I call in my Hind here, but I get chopper blocked, as someone apparently had just called in their Battle Hind. So now I'm freaking out. I finally get a Loki on Strikezone, which is very hard to do, by the way, and this happens. This is kill confirmed, which only goes to 65 tags. They already have 55 tags now, so I panicked and called in the Loki. Take note, my chopper still hasn't arrived yet. So I make use of what I can, calling in the Juggernaut and the care package, and then I do a little bit of work and kill a few people as I see them here and there, and wait for my chopper to arrive. So right here I see my chopper arrive, and I'm trying to follow it on the minimap. After going back and forth a few times, I finally get it in view, but it keeps escaping me. And the Loki, by the way, is very, very slow. So finally, at this point, the Battle Hind stops, and I have just a moment to shoot my large or small rod at it before the time expires. Luckily, I got it off, and just in the nick of time, too. Look at this. As soon as I got it, the match ended. I literally had a 3-second window to destroy it, and I managed to do it. So now that we know how to obtain the patch, let's talk about some strategy. First, use your favorite weapon, but I recommend an LMG. The M27 is literally like having God mode at your fingertips. It has almost AR speed reload, 100 rounds of ammo, clean as a whistle iron sights, and almost an infinite 3-shot kill range, even with the silencer, and virtually no recoil with the grip attachment. With that said, my class is the M27 with a silencer and grip. The huge ammo supply will help you not need Scavenger to acquire such a lengthy streak. For my perks, I used Ready Up for quicker race time after sprinting, Focus for less flinch, Hardline to make the Loki 14 kills, and also for the assist counts as kills benefit. For every 2 assists, you get 1 kill, which is very helpful for a long streak. Dead Silence, of course, to keep your footsteps silent. And the next 4 points are up to you. I personally run Sleight of Hand and Reflex. This may seem odd, but this combination allows me to scavenge a weapon off the ground and reload it, as well as my own weapon, quite fast. I'm sure you can find a better use of the 4 points, but that's my personal taste. Most people would probably opt for Quick Draw or Stalker and one other 1-point perk or 1 piece of equipment. So with the loadout complete, the Killstreaks are the only thing left to discuss. Essentially, you only have a decision to make for one of your 3 streaks. Why is that? Well, clearly you need to run both the Loki and the Battle Hind, so that leaves 1 left. And this is the difficult part. The Battle Hind cannot help you obtain the Loki since you don't call the Hind in until after you get the Loki. So you want this first streak to count. My personal preference was the dog. It's a good tool to help you locate enemies, especially if you're standing stationary, which you'll probably need to do to acquire this 14 to 15 kill streak. However, the Griffin is also an ideal choice, because once you acquire the Griffin, you only need 4 to 5 more kills to get the Loki, and that is easy in the Griffin. The problem is, you leave your body unattended when you use this, and if your body gets found and killed while you're in the Griffin, you can kiss that Loki goodbye. So I wouldn't run the Griffin on small maps where you're likely to be found, such as Strikezone. Or I guess you could patrol the Griffin near your body and defend it. Either way, the choice is yours. I've also ran the IMS as the 3rd streak. So whatever you feel comfortable with, that will help you get to the Hind and the Loki easier. So that's my loadout guide. This patch is on par with the Mach 5 and the Surgical, in my opinion. You need a lot of luck and the right map to achieve it. It's a rare patch for a reason, but enjoy it if you finally do get it.